The Last Cuentista by Donna Barba Higuera, a First Chapter Friday read aloud with the Word Nerd. Today, as you listen, watch for the story quote that will appear on screen. Write it down word by word and then follow the instructions given to you by your teacher. Stay all the way to the end to see if you've written it down correctly. Hi, my name is Amanda Zieba. Welcome to my channel, Learning with the Word Nerd, and another First Chapter Friday video. This week, I'm going to be reading to you from The Last Cuentista by Donna Barba Higuera. And I'm not sure when you're listening to this video, but it is the end of December right now while I'm recording this. I've been just mowing through books on my winter break, and this is one of them, and I knew that I had to share it with you. And I kind of feel like I've saved one of the best for last because I absolutely loved this book. I bought it shortly after it won the Newbery Award. It's the Newbery winner for 2022. And then it just kind of sat on my shelf, and I don't know why I let it sit there for so long. And maybe it's because when I watch movies about books that take place in space, it just really stresses me out. But when I read books that take place in space, I just love it. Books like Alone Out Here and The Lion of Mars and Project Hail Mary. So I knew that I would love this book. I don't know. For whatever reason, I waited, and it felt like a real treat to read over break. I'm going to tell you what this book is about and then read you chapters 1 and maybe chapter 2. Había una vez. A girl named Petra Peña who wanted nothing more than to be a storyteller like her abuelita. But Petra's world is ending. Earth has been destroyed by a comet, and only a few hundred scientists and their children, among them Petra and her family, have been chosen to journey to a new planet. They are the ones who must carry on the human race. Hundreds of years later, Petra wakes to this new planet, and the discovery that she is the only person who remembers Earth. A sinister collective has taken over the ship during its journey, bent on erasing the sins of humanity's past. They have systematically purged the memories of all aboard, or purged them altogether. Petra, now alone, carries the stories of our past, and with them any hope for our future. Can she make them live again? Let's find out in The Last Cuentista. Chapter 1. Lisa tosses another pinion log onto the fire. Sweet smoke drifts past us into the starry sky. Her knees crack as she sits back down on the blanket next to me. The cup of hot chocolate with cinnamon she's made me sits untouched this time. I have something I want you to take with you on your trip, Petra. Lita reaches into her sweater pocket, since I won't be there for your 13th birthday. She holds out a silver pendant in the shape of a sun. Its center is filled with a flat black stone. If you hold it up to the sun, its light glows through the obsidian. I take it from her hand and hold it up, but there's no sun, only the moon. Sometimes I try to imagine I can see things I really can't, but I'm sure a faint glow filters through the middle of the stone. I move the pendant back and forth. It disappears completely when I move it too far from the center of my vision. When I look back, Lita's motioning to an identical pendant around her neck. You know, she says, Yucatecos believe obsidian holds magic, a doorway to bring lost ones together. She purses her lips. Her brown skin wrinkles toward her nose like a cracked bark on a tree. They shouldn't force me to go, I say. You have to, Petra. Lita looks away for a long time before speaking again. Children are not meant to be separated from their parents. Your dad's parent? He should stay with you then. We all should. Even as I say it, I know I sound like a little kid. She laughs a deep, soft chuckle. I'm too old to travel so far. But for you, Dios mío, a new planet. How exciting. My chin trembles and I bury my head into her side, squeezing her around the waist. I don't want to leave you. Her stomach lowers with a deep sigh. Somewhere off in the desert behind Lita's house, a coyote howls, calling for its friends. As if on cue, the chickens cluck and one of her fainting goats bleats. You need a cuento, she says to me, referring to one of her tall tales. We lie back and look up at the night sky. The warm desert wind blows over us as Lita pulls me to the tightest hug ever. I never want to leave this spot. She points up at Halley's Comet. From here, it doesn't look so dangerous. Había una vez, she begins her story, a young fire snake, Nagal. His mother was Earth, his father the Sun. A Nagal snake, I ask? But how can the Sun and Earth be parents to something part human and part animal? Shh, this is my story. She clears her throat and takes one of my hands in hers. The fire snake was angry. His mother Earth fed and nurtured him, but his father the Sun stayed away. His father would bring crops, but he also brought great drought and death. One very hot day a sun loomed over the Nagal. Lita waves her arms toward the heavens. He challenged his father. Even though his mother begged him to stay with her forever, the young fire snake sped off towards his father. Lita remained silent for a moment. I know the stall was part of her strategy to keep me in suspense, and it works. Then what? She smiles and continues. With his tail flaming behind him, Fire Snake gained speed until he could not slow himself. But as he approached his father's son, he realized his mistake. His father's flames were far more powerful and stronger than anything else in the universe. The Nagal looped around his father, speeding back toward his home, but it was all too late. His father's fire had burned his eyes, so he could no longer see. Lita licks her tongue. Pobrecito, blinded and moving so fast he could never slow down, never able to find his mother. She sighs. Now comes a part in all her stories where her voice becomes lighter, like she's casually giving directions to the corner penderia. So, every 75 years he retraces the journey, hoping to reunite with her. She points again to the fire snake, close enough to sense his mother, but never to embrace. Except this time, I say, heat running up my back. Yes, she answers, pulling me closer. In a few days, the fire snake will finally find his mother. Y color en Colorado. Este cuento de abacado, she says, ending her cuento. I rub her hand over and over, memorizing the wrinkles. Who told you that story? Your grandma? Lita shrugs. She told me bits. I might have made most of it up. I'm scared, Lita, I whisper. She pats my arm, but for a moment. Did you forget your troubles? I don't answer out of shame. Her story had made me forget. Forget about what could happen to her and everyone else. Don't you be afraid, she says. I'm not. It's only the Nagal coming home. I glance up at Fire Snake in silence. I'm going to be just like you, Lita, a storyteller. She sits up, legs crossed facing me. A storyteller, yes, it's in your blood. She leans in. But just like me? No, Mia. You need to discover who you are and be that. What if I ruin your stories, I ask. Lita cups my chin in her soft brown hand. You can't ruin them. They've traveled hundreds of years and through many people to find you. Now go make them your own. I think of Lita and her mother's mother, how much they knew. Who am I to follow them? I clutch the pendant in my hand. I'll never lose your stories, Lita. You know, the planet you are going to will have a son or two also. She taps her pendant with her fingernail. Look for me when you arrive. My lower lip quivers and tears fall down my face. I can't believe we're leaving you. She wipes the tear from my cheek. It's impossible for you to leave me. I'm part of you. You're taking me and my stories to a new planet and hundreds of years into the future. How lucky am I? I kiss her cheek. I promise I will make you proud. Gripping my obsidian pendant, I wonder if Lita will watch the fire snake through the smoky glass when he finally reunites with his mother. All right, I know I said I would read you the second chapter, but you guys, I have a cold and I just can't today, so you will have to pick up a copy from your school library or in any bookstore. I'm headed to Barnes & Noble with my son right now, or just grab it via the link in the description box. One more thing I wanted to show you before we go is underneath the dust jacket, the book cover has the fire snake, the Halley's Comet that's coming to destroy Earth, and I just think that that's so cool. I love when the cover has something cool underneath it. I mean, this cover, the dust jacket in itself is gorgeous, but I thought that I would show you the sneak peek of the book underneath it as well. All right, thank you so much for joining me here this year for all of 2022, all of 2021. on Learning with the Word Nerd for First Chapter Fridays. I'm going to keep going in 2023, and I hope I will see you there for more. Happy reading, happy holidays, happy new year, all the things. See you next time. To continue reading The Last Cuentista by Donna Barba Higuera, pick up a copy from your school library, purchase one from a local indie bookstore, or grab it via the link in the description box. Then be sure to check out the rest of the First Chapter Friday playlist. I have over 100 middle grade and young adult First Chapter Friday videos ready and waiting for you, many with author interviews. This week's mystery quote says, "You need to discover who you are and be that." Thanks for stopping by my channel, Learning with the Word Nerd. Please like this video and subscribe. You can find more great content from me online at these places. Happy reading, and I'll see you again next time for another First Chapter Friday video.